Welcome to the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Bruce Pascoe. Bruce, you're living in airports and hotels here the last couple weeks, but that's good news for the Arizona Wildcats, who have advanced to the Sweet 16. They'll take on Xavier here Thursday at about 7:17 at night at the Staples Center. What did you see out of Arizona in their first two NCAA tournament wins, and how does this project going forward?
Well, I think they looked a little bit tentative at the start, which is not unusual for a big tournament seed to have that first game, and they got to get some things out. And I think in the second half especially, they came out hard, but then let up a little bit. And I think that was a little bit of a concern because they had been playing so well the previous 7 or 8 games, and then to come in and not really blow out Texas Southern, that was a little bit of a concern. But then they came back and figured out in the second half against Ohio State, and seemed to be in pretty good shape.
Did Ohio State do anything? I mean, this was a 1-point game at halftime. The Buckeyes led most of the first half. Did they do anything that Chris Mack at Xavier or Bo Ryan at Wisconsin will look at and go, that's how you try to stop Arizona?
Well, I think everybody knows that a little bit of zone defense is always a good thing, and I think that Ohio State apparently had a little bit different look with their 2-3 zone, and they pulled guys up from the baseline a little bit higher than Arizona was used to seeing, and it threw them off a little bit. And Stanley Johnson had a great quote where he said, I figured it out really never. And that's not a good sign, but eventually.
At least he's honest.
I got to think at this point, honestly, they've seen just about every kind of zone you could imagine. So it should benefit them moving forward. But on the other hand, they're probably going to see more of it. It's frankly, as good as they can be against the zone, it's still better than playing a man-to-man and trying to run with Arizona.
Well, sure. And one of the things when Arizona faces the zone is, as we know, the way to beat a zone is to shoot over it. Gabe York, to me, was the biggest surprise of the first weekend of the tournament. He had another great game, 15 points against in their second round win there.
Right.
And this is a guy who I think can really be a game changer if he stays hot here in the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I was actually kind of wondering about him because he didn't get any shots against Texas Southern. Only took 2, missed them. And I thought he's a real rhythm, confidence guy, like a lot of shooters are. I didn't think that boded well. And then he came back, and to his credit, came back and played really well against Ohio State. And that's a good thing. Although I do think it's certainly important to have that element moving forward. Although it was interesting to me when I look back at the 3 losses Arizona's had, he's actually shot pretty well in those 3 losses. So he's not really a classic X factor, but on the other hand, obviously you want to have that shooting going forward and that confidence from him and ability to stretch defenses the way he can.
Well, we got to get you out of here, Bruce. We've got a Sweet 16 special section coming Thursday. Sure. Pick that up in the Arizona Daily Star. Follow Bruce and the whole crew, Greg Hansen, John Gold, Zach Rosenblatt, every day on Tucson.com and in the Arizona Daily Star. That'll do it for this episode of the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. For Bruce Pascoe, you don't look very tired.
I am.
I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.